person existed and died on the cross. Put yourself on the cross for a minute. Just imagine you're being crucified, whether you're Roman or you're Jesus, anyone. And ask yourself, how hard would it be for you to accept the fact that people are ignorant, that they put you up there? Good test, eh? Now, what test have you suffered? Good test, right? That's all they are. Everyone in history that has ever suffered were tested. How are they doing with their suffering? Well, they're complaining because everybody thinks they should be masters, and masters don't suffer. Who said that? Masters suffer. I don't know any that don't. I see the Dalai Lama walking around, he's in pain. I see others in pain. You know why? Because the body deteriorates. It does. Healing is not a permanent thing, or Jesus we'd have all these people alive. Healing is a temporary process. It's comforting. It's a restoration. But it can't give you eternal form. It can't give you your physical body unless you go through transfiguration. Okay? It's helpful. It's remedial. It's comforting. It's great. But don't expect that you will do anything different for yourself until you change the way you use your mind. If you change the way you use your mind, that means you'll have accounted for the way you use your heart. Close your eyes for a second. Tell me, what's going through your mind right now? Can you see what's going through your mind? Close your eyes. What does it got to do with what's going on at heart? Do your feelings nothing? Look again. It has everything to do with what you're feeling in heart. Now try to take your feelings out of the picture and just imagine yourself going for a walk on the beach here in Maui. Any success having a walk? Now imagine you meeting and talking to people without your feelings. How you doing? Can you do it? No. Right? Okay, open your eyes. What does your mind do for you? Based on your last experience, you just evaluated. What does it do for you?
Make me feel good or bad?
No, it doesn't make you feel anything. You choose to feel the way you want.
Selectively.
Your heart or your mind shows you what's at heart. Your heart is blind. It shows you what's going on there symbolically. That's right. Whatever you see in your mind is evidence of what you're feeling at heart. It's always true. Now there are times you'll have visions of things you've never seen before and you wonder, how are they related? But the heart and the mind go together. If there's any kind of problem between them, you'd have something like this. How could you be in a good mood with a bad attitude? You can't. So when you see someone with a bad attitude, you got to know, what's their mood? Ooh, that's what's showing. What's on heart shows in your face. Right? So look either way. Men tend to know more about attitudes, and women tend to know more about moods. But look to see both. Whatever's showing up in a person's face truly is in their heart. Okay? Now sometimes they're pretending, and that they do that too. Psychosomatic thinking. We learned in meditation that you imagine something wonderful, and you will then feel something wonderful. That you will then believe that it is wonderful. Right? Imagine laying in a cabbage patch on a beautiful summer night. How does it feel? If you wanted it to feel good, it feels good. To me, it's wet and stinky and it's dark. What am I doing in a cabbage patch? Want to see what I'm saying?
I used to be a rabbit.
What's behind your thought? Okay. What I'm saying is that we all have to become more aware of our motives to explain why things are going through our mind. I want you to draw a circle on a page. We're going to call this the mind pie. I'm going to call that a clock. We're going to say it's 12 hours. That's how long you're usually awake. And on Thursday when you come back to class, I want you to tell me, pardon me, Wednesday, thank you. On Wednesday when we come back to class, I want you to tell me, what did you do with your mind time as a habit? What is it you usually do? I spend 2 hours a day thinking X, or A, B, and C. Okay, that's what I want. If you spent an hour imagining what it might be like to get through this course, if you spent an hour imagining 6 billion people talking to themselves, if you spent an hour imagining making love to your partner, you spent an hour fantasizing something, I want to know, what do you spend your mind time on? Because that will tell you a lot about your conditioning, and that'll help me understand how we can get through it very quickly. All right? But the first thing you have to realize, when the old scripture that says, judge not lest you be judged, how many times have you judged somebody, gone home and felt awful all night when the other person's having a party? They're not even there. Woo, having a party, and that moron next door to judge me? Right? Does it do you any good to stay upset? Then why do you believe it? Why do you believe there's a benefit to being critical, complaining, and punishing? Why do you believe there's a benefit to getting even? I'm getting mad. You got to ask yourself. That's in your mind time. There's a reason for it, and it's in the way we use our mind. We actually believe there's a benefit. You see something on television, like this little girl that got kidnapped in California recently, and they showed the guy the next day. They had it on video film, but they didn't find her until 2 days later. How awful, how terrible. Now there's justification for a lot of people that there should be capital punishment, that people should be punished for what they do. I see a lot of mental illness there too. I don't know about you. But if you spend a lot of your time during your life imagining that people deserve to get exposed, to be humiliated, to get caught, to be punished, then you can expect your conditioning runs deep. And that your beliefs at the root have to be we have to talk to you. We'll have to get to them and find out who it was that offended you so much as well. All right? So I want you to imagine, number 2, do your mind pipe. Number 2, I want you to imagine the people that you knew in your life by name that you are still unresolved about. Make a list of names. You know, relatives, friends on the street that you had as a kid. As long as you remember them and you don't feel resolved, they're issues, aren't they? Could be a former employer. As long as they are outstanding issues.
Outstanding issues are just an issue.
Anything that's not resolved. Anyone that you're not resolved about. Former boss, employer, judge, policeman.
What if you've done forgiveness work and resolve work, but you still...
You got to ask yourself tonight, am I really resolved? If not, write their name down. There may be a reason why you're finding it hard to resolve that issue. Forgiveness doesn't always do it. We still are angry. We still have justification. There's other reasons, okay? So just write the list down. I'm not going to ask you to see the names of your friends, but I want you to know them. So as we go through the next stage, you'll be able to do the work properly, okay? Number 3, meditation. Write the term gracious goodness. Gracious goodness. Now I want you to imagine something. Imagine that when you get up in the morning, that you're kind of empty, like a vessel. And if you get up and you say, anger, how are you going to feel? Angry. If you say, courage, anger, fear, intimidation, strength, power, you'd be a force to be reckoned with, right? And you better be in a cowboy movie. You better be acting, otherwise it's going to be dangerous for everybody in the house. What do you say to yourself in the morning? Oh, I gotta do this. Oh, yeah, I gotta do that. Oh, I better go back to bed. I hope she calls me tonight. I need some money. Dear God. Okay? What I'm saying to you is, pay attention to what you say to yourself in the morning, because that's what starts your day. And start your day in one mood that you hold all day. We'll talk about moods next time. But if you can feel that your name is gracious goodness, if that explains your emulated nature, your